Yeah. Good morning, all of you, students. So today our topic is about weighing rule and collapsing fine. So before we learn the algorithms of weighing rule and collapsing fine, though I have explained them using an example already, but still I'll tell you an example where it covers the concepts what we have done in the previous class. Okay, so based on that again we'll be tracing out those algorithms. So here if I take an example like the elements, so 1, 2, 3 until 8. So each element is independent. Each element, 1 is a disjoint set, 2 is a disjoint set, 3 is a disjoint set. So likewise you consider all the 8 elements as the 8 disjoint elements. Okay, so when I say each one as a disjoint set, so how do I represent that set? If you remember, when only one is there, that is the root. When only one element is there in the set or in the graphical representation of that set, so we represent that as only one. And how we say that it's a root? By giving negative value. Negative value. Okay. First, initially we used to give by -1, but later, based on the weighing rule, what we did? How many number of nodes are there? So that will be the value along with the negative in the root node. Okay. So if you take one element in one disjoint set, so we write it as -1, saying that it's a root and only one element. So similarly with 2, 3 and till 8. So that's why for all these elements in individual sets we write them as -1. Again I just repeat why this -1. Minus is negative. Minus is negative and 1 is nothing but the number of elements there. So that is disjoint sets. So let's do the union of 2 together. So union of 1 comma 2 if I do. Union of 1 comma 2. Since 1 and 2, what the weighing rule says that, what the weighing rule says, whichever tree is having less number of children, that is going to become the child of the another tree. Okay. So here, but when we see 1 and 2 nodes, so here is only 1 and here is only 1. Okay. So that means we can make any one of it. Either 2 will be the child of 1 or 1 will be the child of 2 because both weights are same. Okay. So here when I combine 1 comma 2, so 1 is the parent and 2 is the child. So always remember in sets and disjoint sets, always child will be pointing towards parent, the arrow. Okay. And if you see this value, okay, negative means it's a root, 1 is a root, but 2 represents the number of nodes in that tree. Okay. So similarly here, when we do the union of 3 comma 4, 3 is a parent and 4 is a child, and from node 4 it is pointing to parent, the arrow, it is from down to upward to the parent. And similarly 3 is parent, so negative value, and what is 2? The number of nodes in this tree. So similarly with 5, 6 minus 2 and 7, 8 also minus 2. I hope till here everything is clear for everyone. Okay. So the next step, what we are going to do is, we are taking the union of these two. We are going to take the union of these two. Okay. So union of 1 comma 2 means here I am specifying only the roots. Only the roots. So here when I am specifying that this 1 and 3, so 1 is the parent and 3 is the child. Why not 3 parent, 1 child? It can be. Why? Because both the weights are same. Both are having 2 nodes in that. Okay. So no issue. So here whatever is the first one we write as 1 comma 2, and to that, so 3 comma 4 will be attached. 3 comma 4 will be attached in order to make union of 1 comma 3. Okay. And here we are writing negative, saying that 1 is the root. And what is 4 here? The number of elements. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 elements. Okay. So similarly, we are performing the union of 5 and 7. So these two. Okay. So 5, 6 is one set and 7, 8 is one set. So since we are doing 5 and 7, so this need to be connected in order to do the union of 5 and 7. Okay, and since 5 is the root, we are writing it as negative, and 4 indicates 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's how we get minus 4 then. Okay, and then, so let's see the union of 1 comma 5. Let's see the union of 1 comma 5. So that means we are taking union of these two. Okay, so here 1 is the root here and 5 is the root here. When I want to do the union, okay, so whichever tree is having maximum nodes will be the parent. But since here both are having the same, anyone can be the parent. So 1 I took as the parent. So this set I have written as it is. Okay, and this set I have written as it is. And when we are saying 1 comma 5, root 1 and root 5 have to be taken as union. So this is done by this arrow, by connecting 5 to 1. So 5 node is becoming the child of parent 1. So that means now, so we need to rewrite this weight here. So negative indicates it's a root. And how many nodes are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So minus 8. Okay, so that is how we are going to write. Okay, so this is what we call the weighing rule and the union here. So let's see the example or the algorithm. So let me rewrite this thing so that okay, so till here I think all of you it's clear. Okay, so the concept what I am trying to teach you till here it was clear, and we are writing minus 8 here. Okay, so here, and when we are representing this in array representation, how we used to do array representation if you remember? So array representation, it is going to have two values. One is I, that is node, and P is the pointer. Okay, I is node and P is the pointer, which is nothing but parent. Okay, so here 1 we have, 2 we have, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So here I represents the number of nodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that is what we have given. So P is nothing but the pointer, saying the parent of I is nothing but P. So what is the parent of 1? Parent of 1. So it is itself. So what value we write here? Minus 8 we write. Who is the parent of 2? 1. Who is the parent of 3? 1. Who is the parent of 4? 3. Parent of 4 is 3. So parent of 5, it is 1. Parent of 6, it is 5. Parent of 7, it is 5. And parent of 8, it is 7. Okay. So this is the array representation of this tree union of two sets. Okay. So here, what exactly we have done? Weighing rule means, so first again let me explain the concepts problematically, this one, and then this for the same example I'll trace out the algorithms. Okay, so here weighing rule says that if we have I comma j as the roots, okay, so I is one root and j is one root c. Okay, and we are going to perform union of these two sets. And here in weighing rule we are going to find out something called as P of I, which is equal to negative of some count of I, and P of j is nothing but negative of count of j. So that means, say suppose this root, say suppose this root is having -4 and this root is having -3. Just for example I am telling you. So P of I, so this is I node. Okay. So what is the count? So what can I write? Minus of how many number of nodes? -4. And this one P of j. So this is j I am taking. So what is its value? -3. Okay. So now in order to perform union, so what exactly we are doing? We are seeing the weights of those trees. Okay. Whichever weight is more, not the negative value, whosever weight is more, so that will be the parent. Okay, and whosever weight is less, that will be the child. But here in the algorithm, so if you see here in the algorithm, P of I is equal to minus count of I and P of j is equal to minus count of j is given. Okay, so and temporary value, so we are taking here -4 and -3. So we are maintaining some variable temp is equal to sum of these two. What is -4 and -3? It will be -7. So after uniting both of this, so the resulting tree structure will have -7 nodes. So that is what we are keeping that value in some temp. So if P of I greater than P of j, here they are taking negative values also. Okay, when we consider P of I, so what is that? -4. -4 greater than -3, -4 greater than -3. No. So it will come to the else part. So that means what? It means that j is having less nodes. If this is satisfied, then I will have less nodes. Since this is not satisfying, okay, so what is not satisfying? -4 greater than -3 is not satisfying. So we are coming to the else part, saying that j has few nodes. Yes or no? J is having only 3 nodes, whereas I is having 4 nodes. So in that case, what we'll do? We are going to make j as a child to the parent. So if you remember, P of j is equal to I means wherever j is there, so the I will be replaced. So like this it will become wherever I is there, so j will be the parent of that. And whatever the temp we got here as -7, so the indices will be -7 for that. So that's how we are going to do. So this is the algorithmic way. Again, taking a complete example, I'll explain you this. So this is what exactly we are going to do. Okay, so this is the example what I told. Okay, so I is one tree and j is one tree, and just imagine that I root is having 4 nodes, so -4 we are writing. J is one root node where we are having 3 nodes in this, so -3. Okay, so when we want to do the union of this, whichever node is having less number of children will become the child of the other one. Or the other way also we can say, the node which is having more number of nodes, so then that will become the parent, the other one will become the child. So either of the logic you can use here. Okay, so here what they are saying, whichever is having fewer values, fewer means less number of nodes. Okay, so that will become the child. Here also I has a fewer values means I is having less number of nodes, so that's why I will become the parent of, I will become the child of j. Okay, so that is what exactly this means. So let's see with an example now. So hope all of you understood this. So the concept you understood now. What is about weighing rule? Yes, just give me the clarification. Yes, is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so here what we are doing is, say suppose, before doing the union of these two, so these were the two trees, if you remember, yes or no? So this is my I, this is my I, and this is my J. Okay, so you just think. So here we are doing union of I and J, means we are doing union of 1, 5. Okay, so here, so since we are doing weighing rule union, so we are writing the keyword algorithm weighing rule I comma J. So whatever are the roots, so that roots we are taking. So these two union, based on the weight, we are going to do the union of these two. Okay, so that is what it means. So union sets with root I and J. So root and I and J, so these we have to be taken as a union. And weighing rule says that, so P of I is equal to, what is P of I here? I is nothing but root node, so that's why negative. How many are there? 4. So P of I is equal to minus of count of I. So minus of count of I means it's nothing but 4. So how many nodes are there? Count of I means how many nodes are there. So that will be the count of P of I. Okay, that is minus 4. And then similarly P of J. So P of J, so with the root node J, so how many nodes it is having? So that will be the count there. Okay, so then what we are doing? We are taking temp. So temp is equal to what we are doing? P of I plus P of J. What is P of I? Minus 4 and minus 4. So how much we are getting? Temp as minus 8 we are getting. Temp as minus 8 we are getting. So here this one we are checking. P of I greater than P of J. So what is P of I? Minus 4, greater than minus 4. Okay, so is it true? Minus 4 greater than minus 4. We are not saying greater than or equal to, only greater than. So that means this is false. So it comes to the else part. So else part, what exactly it is saying? So they are considering in the else part that J is having few values. So when there is a tie, so we take first one as the parent. So here P of J is equal to I means, so I will be the parent and J will be the child. So that is what it means. Okay, and P of I is equal to temp. So here P of J is equal to I. What is P of J? 5. Okay, so P of J here is 5. If you remember, P of J is equal to I means, I am explaining this one. So please concentrate. P of J is equal to I means, what was our J? Our J is equal to 5. So P of 5 in the array also we need to change. Yes or no? So P of 5 how much? P of 5 value. So it is 1. So when I say P of 5, so it is 1. Okay. So what we have to do? See, this representation I did earlier. So let's take two different tree structures. So here what exactly we are writing? So let me rewrite. So it is after union. So for these two trees, so how the representation is? So minus 1 is minus 4 and 2's parent is 1, 3's parent is 1 and 4's parent is 3. Okay. So 5 is minus 4 and 6 parent is 5 and 6 parent is 5 and 7 parent is 5 and 8 parent is 7. Okay. So this is the representation of these two disjoint sets. Okay. So now what we are going to do? P of 5. So what is P of 5? It is minus 4. Yes or no? But this minus 4 have to be replaced with I. What is our I now? I is nothing but 1. So now by cancelling this, so we need to write as 1. So that means what? Parent of 5 we are going to make it as 1. So by doing this, P of 5 is equal to 1 means parent of 5 we are making it as 1. So this edge is added. Okay, so when this is added and then P of I is equal to P of I, what is I? P of 1 is equal to temp. So what we got? Temp minus F. So P of 1 wherever it is there. So now which was minus 4 will be deleted and it will be replaced with minus 8. So what does this mean? What does this mean? So 5 parent it has become 1. Yes or no? 5 parent it has become 1 and the root node now it is having minus 8. Okay, so that is how we are going to perform the weighing rule union. Is this algorithm clear or anywhere you want me to explain? Yes, ma, I want the response.
Is count a predefined method, ma'am, or else you user defined?
Yes, ma, I didn't get you.
Ma'am, I'm asking about the count, ma'am. The count, is it a user defined or else a predefined one?
It's not predefined, predefined. That's what we are saying, no? Here, if you see in the algorithm, P of I is equal to. So, wherever the pointer is pointing to, so this P of I is equal to, this value is nothing but count of I. So, under I, whatever may be the count, number of nodes at that,
Okay.
including that node. So, that will be the count. And we are giving negative since it is a parent. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So any other clarification, ma'am? Shall we continue with the next one? Yes, I want
Can you repeat the algorithmic part, ma'am?
Yeah. So we just concentrate once again here. You understood these concepts, right? So whatever I was telling you. So this is minus 4 and this is minus 4. You understood that? So these are the two disjoint sets. Two disjoint sets.
Yes.
So union of these two we have to perform. So what we are taking in algorithmic way, in general what we are saying is, so we are writing the algorithm for weight union. Okay, based on the weights we are going to perform the union operation among two disjoint sets. So we have two disjoint sets. So that is I and J. So here my I and J are nothing but 1 and 5. Okay. So here what we are doing, so what is the weighing rule of P of I? So weighing rule of P of I is nothing but weighing rule of I is nothing but, so it negative is for the parent and count of I means, so at node I how many nodes are there? Count the number of nodes. So that will be the minus 4. Okay, count of J is nothing but minus 4. So J is nothing but 5. At that how many nodes are connected? Is that clear till here? And then what we are going to do, temp is equal to P of I plus P of J. What is P of I? Minus 4 minus 4. So how much we are getting? Minus 8. So now temp will have minus 8 value. Okay, so that is what I told. Temp is equal to minus 8 value. Okay. Now, if P of I greater than P of J, is minus 4 greater than minus 4? No. We are not writing greater than or equal to. If you have write equal to, then it would have been true. Since only greater than, so it is false. Okay, so come to the else part. In the else part, what we are going to do? See, since there is a tie here, so else part always says that when J node values are less number of nodes, then this will become the child of the first one. Okay, so in the else part, P of J is equal to I. When I say P of J is equal to I, you need to understand this. P of J is equal to I means, this means that I will become the parent and J will become the child. If you concentrate the union operation, general simple union operation, when I told, I was telling you about this. Okay, so this means P of J is equal to I means I is the parent and J is the child. How it is, you may ask. Okay, so that's what I'll tell you now. P of J, what is J here? 5. So P of 5 is equal to, what is I? I is equal to 1. So P of 5 is equal to 1. When I say P of I is equal to 1, so that means you are giving a link from 5 5 to 1. So our j is 5 and I is 1. So from 5 to 1 you are going to give the link. So this is what the link what I have given. And also this value means graphically I am telling you, but in the array representation where we are storing those values in the computer memory also need to be changed. How it will be done? P of 5 is equal to 1. P of 5. So P of 5 earlier it was minus 4. Why? Because this was not unions. This was a disjoint set. So how much it was? Minus 4. Seeing that 5 is the root, negative means, and it is having 4 nodes with it. So that is what it means earlier. But now what we are doing? P of 5 is equal to 1. So this is replaced by 1. So that means 5 node is no more a parent with 4 nodes. But it is 5 parent is 1. So 5 parent we are making it as 1. So that means this inclusion of the arrow will be given. Okay. And then what it is? P of 5 is equal to j is equal to I means. So I will be the parent and j will be the child. And this link will be added from 5 to 1. And here also minus 4 will be erased and whatever is the 1. So that will be replaced by this. So what is the next one? P of I is equal to 10. So P of I is equal to 1. So P of 1 is equal to what is 10? Earlier it was minus 4. Before union, so this itself was a disjoint set. So at that time how much we got? Minus 4 here we have. Yes or no? Saying that 1 is a root and it is weight is 4. But here when we are performing the union, what we have to do? So P of I is equal to temp means whatever we got temp minus 8. So P of 1 value, no more it will be minus 8 but that will be replaced by, no more it will be minus 4 but that will be replaced by minus 8. So now this will become minus 8. After performing the union of these two disjoint sets, so now the tree structure will be becoming like this. Is this clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we'll continue with the next one. So when we did like this, 5 parent it became 1 and this became minus 8. Okay, so before I explain the next algorithm, I want you to tell you something about collapsing rule. Collapsing rule means, say suppose the same example if I take 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 and 8 say. Okay, so collapsing rule means, so for the node, see if at all I want to find some element I and I is equal to 8, I want to find the element 8 in the tree structure. So when I am saying find element means, so we are going to find out parent of 8 is who. So that is what we are going to find. Find element 8 means, so parent of 8 is whom we are going to find out. Okay. So here if you see 8 parent is 7 and 7 parent is 5 and 5 parent is 1. Okay. So unless we get some value, so if at all you want to represent each node values here. Okay. So what is the node value here? I can say it as 2. Okay. Here this has 1. So this has 1 and this has 2. This has 1 and this has 4. So what does this mean? So here this is not root, so no negative value, only one node is there. This is not root, but 2 are connected, so 2, wait. So this is only one node, since it is not root, so we are not giving negative. So this is not root, so no negative, but the values are, we have given it as 4 nodes, and this is 1, no negative. Why? Because it's not the root, but only one node is there. This one, this is not root, so that's why no negative, but 1, 2 elements are connected. And here, it's not the root, but only one node is there. And since it is the root, negative, and how many number of nodes are there, so that is the value. Okay, here, when we are doing, we are going to find out for a particular node until it reaches negative value. If once it reaches negative value, only means that that is the parent. See, if you get some negative positive values also, they are the intermediate parents, yes or no? Okay, so let's see here. Parent of 8 is 7, and 7 parent is 5, and 5 parent is 1, and 1 parent is -8. So until we get a negative value, till there we have to check. So if we get negative value means that is the root node. So what is the direct way we can say 8 is the child of 1, I should say. Okay, so for which what we are doing? So 1, 2, 3 links we are taking. So in order to find, yes, so 3 links for reaching. Okay, and 3 links for adjustment again. So what adjustments? So this will be removed and this will be attached here, and this will be removed and this will be attached, and anyway this is attached here. So that's how 3 links, 1, 2, 3. 3 links it will be. Okay, so here what exactly we are going to do is, whatever the 3 links we have, in the worst case I'm telling you, 3 links we have, and that is for 8 nodes. 3 links, so 8 going to 7, 7 going to 5, 5 going to 1. So 1, 2, 3. So 3 steps it's going above. Okay, so that is 3 steps. And 8 number of nodes. So these are the steps and these are the nodes. So that means how many we are getting? 3 8 24. So 24 moves we are getting. But if at all we do this collapsing rule, if at all we do this collapsing rule, so what does this means? So in collapsing rule, what we are going to do? We are going to directly connect the leaf node to the root, saying that whoever is the parent. So 1, 2, 3. So 3 links, 3 steps going up, and 3 links. Okay, and plus 7 nodes. So how much it will become? 7 plus 6, it will be 13 moves. So now when we are implementing collapsing rule, to find an element 8, so it was 24 moves for all the nodes. Okay, but whereas when we are using collapsing rule, the number of moves have been reduced to 13. So that is the usage of collapsing rule. But just doing for only one node is more. If we do for all, then it will be okay, but doing only for one, it will be more. See, only for 8 I want to find means 1, 2, 3. 3 steps I will link that, and linking one more if we take, we will get 4. But here we are getting 13. So linking only one individual will be the worst case, which is not good for only for one element, but when it is implemented for all elements, then that will be true. Okay, so the collapsing rule here means that instead of going for the parent or by the number of links, we are going to remove the links, the intermediate parents, and directly linking the leaf node to the parent. And so that we can directly say parent of 8 is 1, and parent of 7 is 1, and parent of 5 is 1. So that is what the collapsing rule. Okay, so let's see this with the example. Okay, so let's see the algorithm also. Please concentrate, all of you. So here Okay. So here, since we are doing for collapsing find, so we are writing the algorithm collapse find of 5. Say suppose I am going to find for 8 element. I am going to find for 8 element. Find the root having element I. Okay. Find the root having element I. So here for 8, what is the root? So it is 1. Okay, so that we are going to do. Use collapsing rule to collapse all the nodes from I to root. Say suppose this 8 I am taking it as I. So from I towards the root. So this is the root, and this root we are giving it as some R. So whatever may be the intermediate nodes we have from I to root, so these need to be collapsed. Collapsed means it's not totally deleted, but we can directly link them to the root. Okay. So here what we are taking, I is equal to R. So for this, so let's take the tracing values. So here tracing table I am taking. I, R, yes. So what is our I now? 8. So I is equal to 8. And for I we are assigning into R. So this is also becoming 8. Okay. So now, so first let's see this while loop. So in this while loop, what exactly we are going to do? We are going to find the root. So root of 8 is whom? So root of 8 we are going to find. So that is what we are going to achieve from this while loop. What exactly we are doing? P of R greater than 0. So what is R? 8. So P of 8 is 7. Yes or no? P of 8 is 7. Okay. So is P of 8 7 is greater than 0? Yes. So then what we are going to do? R is equal to P of R. So R is equal to P of R means, so P of R is 8. So P of R means it is 7. So here P of R means 8, which is equal to 7. So now what we are going to do? R we are assigning that value. So now this will become 7. Is that clear? Again I repeat here. So first I is nothing but the root node. See the node what we are going to find out. So I is equal to 8. So that we are going to assign for R also. Okay, I is equal to 8 and R also we took it as 8. And this block we are checking who is the parent of this element I is equal to 8. Okay, for that we are checking P of R greater than 0. So P of 8 is equal to how much? P of 8 is equal to how much? 7. So 7 is greater than 0. Yes, so it is greater than 0. So we are making R is equal to P of R. So that is equal to 7. So now this is replaced by 7. So again iterate. So P of R greater than 0. So P of 7. So now in this iteration P of 7 is equal to how much? 5. Is P of 5 greater than 0? P of R is greater than 0? Yes. So again what we have to do? So R will become P of R. So now this will become 5. So if you can observe, so from 8, 7 we moved, from 7 to 5 we moved. Okay. So then, so now R is 5. So P of R greater than 0. So P of 5 is 1. P of 5 is equal to 1, which is greater than 0. And then R is equal to, so P of 5 is 1 and then R is equal to 1. So and then next is condition. P of 1 is greater than 0. P of 1 is equal to how much? P of 1 is equal to minus 8. Is it greater than 0? No. So it will come out. So it will come out means, so what is the R value here? 1. So it will go from here to here. And so by this root node, so what we are going to get? So we have found root of 8 is 1 we have found. Okay, so this block gives you who is the root of 8. Okay, by checking like this, p of 8 7, it is greater than 0, so again we assign 7, we value is 5 greater than 0, and p of 5 is equal to 1 greater than 0, and then p of 1 minus 8 which is not greater than 0. So wherever r is stopped, so that is the root value, and wherever you are getting negative value, so that is the root. Okay, so with this we have found the root. Okay, so after finding out the root, the element what we are going to find, so what we have to do, we have to collapse this and directly 8 have to be linked to the root. So how exactly we can do that is based on this for loop. Okay, so what we are doing, while I not equal to r, is 8 equal to 8 not equal to 1? Yes, it is true. So now what we have to do, we have to collapse from I to r. So from I to r, whatever the intermediate ones are there, so those things we need to collapse. So for that, what exactly we are doing? S is equal to p of I. S is equal to p of I means, so what is I? 8. Okay, so S is equal to P of I means what is P of 8? So it is 7. So now S you will get it as 7. Okay, so please consider these values whatever are there in the table. Okay, so here in this while condition I not equal to R means 8 not equal to, so I'll write it. So the first thing what we are going to do, this while condition I am writing, 8 not I not equal to R means, so 8 not equal to 1 we are taking. Okay, so after that what we are doing, S is equal to P of I. So what is I? I is 8, P of 8. What is P of 8? P of 8 is 7. So that's why I am writing 7 here. Okay, and then P of I is equal to R. What is R? 1. So P of I. So P of I is equal to 1 we are making. So what is I here? 8. So P of 8 we are making this as 1. P of I we are making it as 1. Okay, and then I is equal to 8. I is equal to S means 7. Okay, so now, so I will become 7. Okay, so whenever we are saying P of I is equal to 1, okay, P of 8 is equal to 1 means, when we are writing like this, what does this mean? For 8 node, 1 is the parent. So with this statement, so what we can do, so this link will be removed from 8 to 1, directly the link is given. Okay, so that's how it is. So now this is become 7. So the next iteration, second iteration, what we'll do, while I not equal to R. So I is 7, not equal to R means 1. Okay, so then S is equal to P of, S is equal to P of I. So what is I now? 7. So P of 7. So what is P of 7? P of 7 is 5. So now S will become 5. Okay, and then P of I is equal to R. The next statement, P of I is equal to R means P of I is now currently 7. So P of 7 is equal to R. What is R value? 1. Okay, P of 7 is equal to 1 means P of 7. So instead of 7 directly connecting to 5, so no more 7 parent is 5. But here what we are writing, P of 7 is equal to 1 means, so this 5 will be eliminated and this also will become 1. So that means This also is collapsed and directly this is linked here. Okay, so that is the next statement. And then moving on to the third step, third iteration. So now, then what we are going to do, I is equal to yes. So I is equal to what is yes now? It is 5. So now this will become 5. So again check the loop condition. Third iteration, is 5 not equal to 1? Yes. So this condition is true. So then again what we have to do? S is equal to P of 5. P of 5. So P of 5. What is P of 5? It is equal to 1. Okay. And then P of I is 5, which is equal to R. So P of 5 is equal to 1 means for 5 also the parent is 1. So that means, so it is already there. Okay. So P of 5 is 1 means P of 5 is already 1. Okay. No need of changing. So it remains the same. Okay. So then I is equal to yes. So next statement, I is equal to one minute. So here we are writing 5 not equal to 1 and S is equal to P of 5. So that is equal to 1. So P of 1 is equal to this one. And P of I is equal to R. P of I is equal to R means, so P of I is equal to 1. That we made. And I is equal to yes. So what is yes? S is equal to 1. From the first step, S is equal to 1. So I is so this we have to write. I is equal to 1 means, so I will become now 1. Okay. So the next iteration. So the next iteration, the fourth iteration, what we have to do? So now check 1 not equal to 1. 1. So here 1 R1 and I1. So I1 is not equal to 1. So this is false. So it will come out and it will return R. It will return R means only 1 it is going to return, saying that 1 is the root node directly. So that is how we achieve the collapsing rule. Are these concepts clear? So this is about collapsing find and weighted union concepts.